Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world.
Welcome to 2019. What's up? It is the KVJ After the Show Podcast. Back for another year. Here we go. Well, kind of trickling, getting people back in. So,
roll call. We're down a couple.
Yeah, we are down a few. Jaybird is possibly going to be back tomorrow. That was the original plan. And Denny's will be back on Monday. So we'll be at full force then, but we just wanted to get back. And I didn't want to gobble up any more vacation days. I'd had enough. It was good.
It was. It was a long one. We had a good, long, healthy vacation, and sometimes it's like, okay, I got to get back in some routine.
Yeah. So I was kind of ready. I mean, I was just sitting around like I really did nothing, and I loved it. I sat around, did nothing, watched movies, did some stuff that's completely boring, but it was like, all right, let's get this thing going.
I ate myself across the Gulf Coast region, and let me tell you, I needed to come back to work and put myself on a regular regimen.
Get in the groove.
I ate so much bad food, and it was so fun.
What was the best thing you ate?
Oh, my gosh.
Because New Orleans is amazing for food.
So amazing. My brother-in-law made a mean gumbo on Christmas Day. It was so good. I had shrimp and grits.
Did you do that contest? Weren't you guys going to do a contest?
He ended up doing gumbo, and I ended up making a corn soup.
Okay.
I made a big corn soup. It was delicious.
Did you have to fight over who's going to get the gumbo? Because that seems kind of more like the rock star than the corn soup.
It is, but he had plans, and he bought all the ingredients. I hadn't planned it out or anything, so I let him.
Did he big league you?
No, I mean it's his house.
Gumbo big league.
It's his house,
and that wins out.
Absolutely, when it's your house, you get to pick what you're cooking, and I don't think anybody was really down with me doing gumbo too. I don't think they wanted two gumbos.
They're just like, well, no, too much.
So I did a corn soup. I had a bunch of corn that a friend had given me from right here in Florida. I brought it with me. Florida corn.
Yeah, that's the only thing is like you do get so many leftovers, and we wind up, our family, we'll get a bunch of food that I don't really like, and then no one else will eat leftovers. That's kind of like everybody's got this. I don't do leftovers.
I love leftovers.
And then it's like, okay, well, and I'm like, okay, well, if I've got to basically be the garbage pig that's got to take everything down, can we at least get something I like to start with? That'd be great.
What's your favorite protein of all the celebratory meats? So you got your ham, your turkey, your seafood spread.
You do. Right now, I am going with probably going to be a seafood, and it would probably be a lobster is good. Can't go wrong with a lobster.
I had lobster New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Surf and turf. It was amazing.
But the problem is, like, my daughter loves that kind of stuff, but a couple problems with it. One, a little too much work, a little too messy, too little meat. 3 problems I've got why I don't do it very often. With crab legs, any of that kind of stuff. Those 3 reasons, I'm like, eh. So I really will do it. If it's there, I'm like, oh, it was delicious.
Yeah, we had them beautifully prepared. Cracked open, like grilled lobster, grilled steak. It was amazing.
Yeah. Trying to really not do a lot of meat. I'm trying to get more to the vegetable kind of thing. Doing a ton of that. Eating, spacing out a little bit more. I've even kind of dabbled a little bit. Some days I only did 2 meals. So really cutting the calories even more probably in 2019.
They say as you get older, your body needs less calories. And if you still eat the same size portions as you did in your 20s and 30s, and now you're in your 40s and 50s, you're going to put on weight.
Yeah. I had about 900 calories yesterday, and I was okay with it.
Interesting.
I was doing all right. Yeah. Beverages and stuff like that, but they were like, non-calorie beverages.
We went to, because Rocco loves that restaurant in Jupiter, I Love Mac and Cheese. And you know what they do now? Instead of just getting noodles as your base for mac and cheese, you can get broccoli.
Okay.
You can get cauliflower, and they'll put a little cheese on top of that, and then you can put the veggies and whatever else you like.
Okay.
So that's what I got. Instead of the noodles, which I love,
Yeah.
I got the broccoli.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to decide. I get it. Hey, nothing wrong with having a little bit of that food every now and then. But yeah, it's just, if I eat it, I feel a lot better when I don't eat it. So, and it's like, it's not worth it. Even when I'm eating it now, I don't really even enjoy it because I'm like, I'm not going to feel good later. So like, screw it. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it. I don't do cheat meals. I don't eat candy. I don't eat that stuff anymore. I used to have those little binge parties. I don't do any of that anymore.
Wow.
I'm good.
Look
Good.
at you.
I'm living life. I'm doing all right.
I go through stages. I have to like binge and then diet.
Okay.
That's just how I roll.
I feel like, honestly, the longer I'm away from it, the less I miss it. So I think it's kind of it, like, because I would get a taste for it, and then I kind of stay in that groove.
Okay.
And then I come back to it, and it's been probably good 6 months, maybe a year since I've really like, I'm gonna have some candy, and I feel better. Don't even think about it.
Even after you've been drinking a little bit, you don't get like ravenous.
No, not too much, and maybe I'd have a little bit more, but yeah, I'm gonna cut back some calories on that too. So I'm gonna try to get lean and mean. Got to get back at it, Virginia. I pretty much took 2018 off from working out because my trainer and I wrapped at the end of 2017, and I was so thankful I wouldn't get my ass kicked every day. So I'm going back with him 2 days a week.
Interesting.
For only a half hour each.
Is he now doing his own gym again, or is he with somebody else?
He's working at Crunch Gym.
Okay.
On military, and so he's like leading all the trainers there. So I'm going to work out with him twice a week, and then I'm going to do weights the other. So
well,
try to
he
get back in
does
it.
not mess around. If you want a trainer to kick your ass,
Yeah.
his name is Kevin too.
Yeah.
Can we have more Kevins in our life?
Got a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, go to Crunch and ask for Kevin. I don't know if he's actually training. I think he's training the trainers typically, but yeah. So we got a long running relationship, Virginia.
You're special.
I am very special. Yes, let everyone know. Yeah, if you are tempted, and this is the thing, it's crazy. Do the Girl Scouts do this as Girl Scout cookie season for a reason? Trying to ruin everybody's like resolutions? Is that the plan?
Has it started already?
Yep.
Really?
It's underway till March 24th.
Normally they send us a big box to kick it off. I mean, I'm glad they didn't because I would be in it this
Started
morning.
yesterday. Yesterday was Girl Scout Cookie Day, and
Okay.
apparently it's been kicked off. Yes, they had the media hype yesterday. A lot of people were talking about it. 10 different types of treats, selling for just $5 a box. And the new introduction this year is the caramel chocolate chip cookie that has caramel, and they're gluten-free.
So are they all $5 a box? Because last year, only the gluten-free were $5. The rest of them were $4.
They have 10 varieties that are $5 a box.
Okay. So everything is pretty much gone to $5 a box.
I guess so.
Inflation.
Yeah, that's what they got to do. So there you go. So not easy. Stay away from them cookies. Talking about maybe curbing some fears. Could Jaybird knock out one of his phobias in 2019? That might be an interesting goal for him. Say it because he's got, a handful of them. I guess the guy's scared about everything.
Marriage.
No doubt.
commitment.
That is definitely a phobia. Yeah. Tall buildings, the moon, open spaces.
Heights.
Yeah, you throw that in there with the mix. What else he got a phobia of?
I don't think he likes to fly.
He's been doing it okay. Yeah, but I think you're right. He didn't for a while. Engineer Keith said, has he ever tried or thought about microdosing psychedelics? Okay.
I would not suggest he do psychedelics.
Yeah, some people maybe. I don't know much about it, but if there's one dude that should never, I'd say Jaybird.
He already sees shit. So
Well, I think just with the trauma and the panic that might kick in, yeah, that could be bad. Yeah, I don't see that being a good idea. But, who knows? Maybe somebody else was talking about other different things that they can do. It wasn't even just meditation. There was a lot of eye stuff that people were saying that they're doing things for people that have post-traumatic stress disorder and things like that they're using.
rapid eye movement therapy.
I
don't
think
know
so,
what
yeah.
it is, but that's what they said he should try.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So
It sounds expensive.
it does. Does not sound cheap. So there you go. Maybe something to consider. Let me see here. I got this email from Jen. She said, Happy New Year. Did Kevin and Jaybird finish the push-up and burpee challenge? I don't know. Where are we? I wonder if Susan knows. We still have numbers on the push-up and burpee challenge. See what the total is on that. Yeah, that's still ongoing. Yeah, for me now, like it's inconvenient to do it during the show or like an embarrassing time, which I think is the whole thing. But other than that, like bring it. I need it. Hit me up with it. I
You
gotta
want
do
the
it.
work?
I need it. Yeah, I need it. I really do. I look like crap. I'm starting, like you were talking about, I'm just getting soft.
It happens. And
Yeah.
so you have to change the way that you work out, change the way that you look at the whole process, because your body's changing whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You're preparing for death.
We got numbers on that, Suits? Where we stand with that?
Well, I had it kept like in a little scoreboard on KVJ TV, and I guess when it reset and wiped everything and I had to rebuild the whole program, it lost them. But I remember you guys you had like 300, because you had 1,000 to go through. You had like 300 push-ups still left, and Jason had like 100 burpees last. But I don't have the exact number. It got wiped out by the computer.
Okay. Maybe I'll just, when I see him, I'll just hit 100 at a time.
That works. I'm sure we're ready to work out after the peaceful flight he's had back.
Do we have an update? Is he on a new flight?
Well, I text Denny's just because I figured Denny's would know, but I guess Jason called him last night and he missed the call. And he texted him back. He had no clue until I texted him that Jaybird was stuck in Oregon. So I have no clue what's happening with him right now.
Denny's, you have to go from Colorado to Oregon and get Jason.
You have to get a license from Florida and pick him up for him.
Oh my gosh, you imagine? Yeah, who knows? It might come to that.
Yeah.
I'm putting money on it. Denny's is back before Bird. I really feel it. I put $20 on that right now.
Well, that would mean, yeah, I don't know when they're going to come in because we're going to have the weekend, so I don't think we're going to be able to like keep tabs. I mean, unless it's like, okay, you got to text Kev as soon as you set foot in Palm Beach County.
I know when Denny's lands because he comes in tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he lands tomorrow after the show because I was watching his cats, so I know I don't have to go tomorrow. So he will be here by nighttime tomorrow.
You were cat sitting?
Yeah.
A lot of responsibility.
A lot of responsibility, yeah.
You didn't lose him like Jaybird,
No,
did you?
no. Well, I don't know how Bird does it. That cat loves me. It's the weirdest thing. Like, that cat hates his guts. I come in, that cat jumps on me and purrs and rolls around.
Really?
The cat loves me so much.
So it's Jaybird, huh?
Yeah, I think it's Bird. I don't.
No, you're a pussy magnet, Suits.
Yeah.
Wrong kind of pussy, unfortunately.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on here. People are trying to offer Jaybird a little bit of help, trying to see if they can get him back. If you missed, he lost his wallet, can't find it. It's somewhere in Oregon. Who knows? But the only problem is just he's been a lot of places, and a lot of places that I don't think are good to lose a wallet, like in a barn, by the river,
On a bridge.
yeah.
By a goat.
Yeah. So, getting that back. But luckily, I don't think that it requires that to be there. So I think he can, according to TSA.
You just
have
got to
an
go.
ID. Yeah.
You got to go to the airport and you got to try to work it out there. I mean, I don't think you can work it out at home on the phone. You got to get in front of them and say, hey, will somebody please help me? I need a supervisor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I would trust. I got faith in my boy. I think he'll be back. But, yeah, according to his post, he's in Lebanon, Oregon, trying to make his way back.
That's still at his sister's house.
Which is an hour and a half away, apparently, from Portland.
Which is where the airport is.
Yeah. So he's still a good ways away.
Oh.
Yeah. So who knows?
It's probably like when I'm in Tequesta, it's really hard for me to get an Uber to come to me because there's none out there. When you're in the middle of nowhere, there's no Ubers driving around. Like if you're in the city, it's fine.
Yeah, there's probably a certain city size that you got to be in to be able to get an Uber.
Yeah, they're just not probably driving around rural areas. They're just not.
Well, I know like my hometown of 6,000 people, there just wouldn't be enough people. Like you would not. And a lot of those people too, they've got a different mindset. Like they're not going to be about calling someone up to get them from point A to point B.
You need to probably call a car service out of Portland to come get you and bring you to a Portland airport.
He thinks his sister can take him, but I think it's kind of the problem is that she like has work today, and so now she's going to have to take off again, and that's not a quick ride. That's 3 hours round trip.
Right.
That's if she drives him right to the airport and then drives him back. I don't think he has a flight booked yet because he's still insistent about finding his wallet. So he's going to spend the day looking for his wallet and then try to book a flight.
Okay.
So if that's...
Search her house. I would definitely say that. Search her property, her farm. She's got animals. She's got a barn. You definitely want to exhaust everything you can there on the property. But then do you start backtracking where you went to the woods and the bridge and the river and the this and the that?
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering, I mean, if she takes off today, because if he finds it, he probably wants to go and try to get a flight right away. So does she take off work today? And then if he doesn't find the wallet today,
No.
then does she have to take off tomorrow too?
I think she should go to work and then he calls her when he finds the wallet.
I don't know what kind of job she has. I mean, some jobs may be like going, what? Who knows?
This is tricky. If he just had a good woman, this probably wouldn't happen.
Oh, I don't know, Virginia. Who knows? He might lose her too. I lost my woman. I don't know where she is. And she's got my wallet.
Double problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let me see here. Got an email from Amy. Said, hey, I was going back, checking out some KVJ show videos. The Hot Shot Spelling Bee. That was Spelling Bee, where if Jaybird misspelled a word, he had to do a shot of hot sauce. Yeah, we've done that a while. He really legitimately thinks he's allergic to hot sauce. I don't know if it's just because he hates it that much, but apparently he has massive reactions when he does it. So, yeah, I don't know how much more hot sauce will do with him because I guess it does twist him up a good bit. So, pretty much what we do, we just feed him alcohol now instead and let him get really hammered. So that's
Aguardiente.
Aguardiente. That's kind of it. So, yeah, I don't know. Kristen from Jupiter said, hey, please bring back the Jason misquote bit, even if it's temporary. I laugh out loud whenever he hits a misstep on air, and the reactions of the other show members usually adds to the fun. I'd probably wet myself if I could hear a collection of all of that rolled into one segment for the week. Just saying. Yeah, you know what? Maybe what we'll do, I don't know if it'd be something where we do as an on-air segment. There were two issues with that. One is just, coming up with, because we were trying to do like a top 5 every week. And sometimes, there'd be 2 good ones, but then there wasn't more than that. So, it'd fall flat for that reason. And then the other one was, just it's kind of awkward for Jaybird. How do you respond when, we're just all sitting here laughing? So maybe what we could do is it could be something where, how they do news blooper reels?
Yeah.
That we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, because they often do that.
A blooper reel whenever it is enough material.
Yes. And I see that. Like every month they'll come out with that. They'll do news bloopers. And somebody they have a YouTube channel, I think, for that.
I like it.
Maybe we can do it once a month or something like that. So Twitter Mike will keep doing that. I can have Denny's do it. And then you can get we'll just put it together and you can listen to the whole thing.
I like it.
Boy, there is, and I saw it yesterday. I didn't know if this thing was going to go viral or not, talking about news bloopers, and I wonder if they're going to include this blooper in the monthly reel or not. There's a chick who was doing news in Philadelphia, or I think it was Louisville, actually.
Kentucky?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Very different from Philadelphia, Kevin.
Very different indeed, Virginia.
I can tell you because I've spent some time in both. I'd much rather be in Philly.
Yes. But I went through Louisville last November, and it was actually a really cool town. I like Louisville a good bit. I was downtown. I was by the arena. Have you gone that area? They had some cool restaurants, and they had some breweries and things like that.
I didn't spend too much time there. Lucky me, I was in Bowling Green.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a different animal. Yeah, I think that's a different animal. Louisville, I will give you some props. It actually was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. So this is out of Louisville, Kentucky, and there is a girl that is doing the news, and it is an unfortunate story. That's the tough thing when you do the news. You got hard news, tough stories that you got to report on. And this is a story about a fallen officer. Deidre Mengedote would be her name. It's spelled Mengedoht.
And she's a fallen officer, so...
Yeah.
We got to try to get this one right, guys.
This is a big one. Yeah, this is the one where, hey, look, and newscasts now, they try to add in frivolity You know, I think they're like, well, people like it when it's a little bit more loose and, you know, you've got this and that and it's a little bit more your own personal opinion.
Not over an officer shot or an officer that died in the line of duty.
However you orchestrate it, it's got to be. But I just pronounced her name. Like, I looked at it and, you know, it's slightly challenging, but it's not as bad as it makes it with this anchor in this. And this is the viral clip that is going around right now.
Hundreds gathered today to say their final goodbyes to this fallen Louisville police officer, D.D. Megadoodoo.
What?
Come on, girl.
D.D. Megadoodoo. And then she immediately is like, I'm sorry. Like, she knew. It's like that want to get away.
How do you say Megadoodoo instead of Megadote?
Yeah, it's Mengedoht. Mengadote. Deidre Mengadote is what it is. And instead, she winds up...
Final goodbyes to this fallen Louisville police officer, D.D. Megadoodoo.
Okay, the only thing I'm wondering, how do you get so far off base? Was there somebody that was like, were they clowning around in the studio and somebody fed that into her ear? Somebody was joking? And
she's reading a teleprompter. Did somebody write DD Megadoodoo?
Yeah, I would like to know more about it. I assume she feels, and should, horrible, I mean, about that pronunciation, but how do you get Mengadote and make it Megadoodoo? It was just like, it was unbelievable. So, yeah, I wonder if they'll include that blooper in there because of the nature of it. Unfortunately, if it weren't such a serious story, it'd be absolutely hysterical.
Right.
Because I love the name D.D. Megadoodoo.
That should be the new fake name we use.
Right. D.D. Megadoodoo is my new favorite name. Yeah, just I so wish it was on a different story.
Absolutely.
That's the one story. That is the one story of the entire news. I don't know what else you had in your news, but there couldn't have been anything. It's a local story about a fallen officer.
You got to get that one right.
There couldn't have been any name more important in that entire newscast or that entire night. It's not even that she got it a little bit wrong. She made it Deidre Mengadote to D.D. Megadoodoo. That's the one where probably I take my earpiece out, I walk away, I call up movers. I just say, this is it. I'm not going to be in broadcasting. I'm not going to be in Louisville. I move. I'm out of here. That's just it. I'm done. Gone. B sent an email, said, hey, just now listening to the last show of the year, and Bird and V are throwing out some random facts, the made-up drunk facts. I'd like to hear more of those.
Made up drunk facts. We can do that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to do that. You can either write some in advance, Virginia, or you can just in the moment be like, did you know?
Made up drunk facts. Did you know?
Mm-hmm. Did you know? All kinds of...
I'm writing this down right now.
Mm-hmm.
Next time we are drinking together, which I think is going to be next Friday... Made up drunk facts are coming your way.
Drinking next Friday, huh?
Yeah, I think we're all back at Blue Martini.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, I think on the show, right?
Oh, she means like on the podcast?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you go. So anyway, made up facts. Let me see here. Another one from Renee. Remember a while back, y'all were talking about gourmet popcorn, that store in Savannah. I just want to let you know that we actually have one in our own backyard. Sunshine Popcorn on Okeechobee and Andros Isle Plaza. It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was telling you about that one that they had in Savannah, Georgia that I went to, and it was small little store that you would go in, but a lot of their stuff was mail order business. But they had about maybe 50 tins of popcorn, and it was... Man, they would take, like, Snickers and melt it around popcorn. Ooh. You'd be like, oh. Stuff like that. Yes, that's what it was. So there was one local. Elena, she did a little binge watching over the break. On Netflix, she watched a show called Tidelands. It's in its first season. Each episode is about 40 minutes. I think all of you would love it. It has a bunch of hot Australians, drugs, and mermaids. I couldn't stop watching it. Check it out. Uh-huh.
Okay.
There is one, I think the next show that I'm going to watch is one that is on Hulu. Do you know who Sandra Oh is?
I do. I love Sandra Oh. She's Asian. She's awesome.
Yes. People in my family, my son Colin, the older one, he watched it with my father-in-law, Manny. It's called Killing Eve, and it's on Hulu. Just came on like December 1st. And I think it's kind of like around that realm. It was like 8 episodes. I think each episode's about 40, 45 minutes. Season 2 is going to debut in 2019. And they said it was unbelievable. Like, they were up all night. They couldn't stop.
Really?
Yeah, they started watching at like 10 o'clock, and they're like, it was 4 or 5 in the morning. They're like, okay, just one more. Just one more.
It's an American-British drama series. Eve's life as a spy is not adding up to what she had hoped it would be when she started. She is a bored, very smart M15 security officer who is very desk-bound. Villanelle is a talented killer who clings to the luxuries of her job.
Yeah.
They go head-to-head. Okay, 8 episodes.
Yeah, so they loved it. If you want to check something out, I don't know if anybody else has seen that, but they love Killing Eve is the name of it. It was a BBC America show that is now on Hulu.
It's got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's pretty good.
No, that's amazing. Okay, so that's my next one up. So anyway, so thank you very much for Tidelands. Always appreciate that kind of stuff. You get that to us. Got a suggestion here, and this is to check out your podcast, Virginia. People are loving it. These spirits talk that you're doing. Somebody said, I just left a reading with Virginia's medium, Jeff, and I just wanted to let her know how absolutely blown away my mom and I were.
Good.
Jeff was spot on and knew incredible things such as names and dates and how people died in current medical situations, things he would have absolutely no way of knowing unless his ability was the real deal. I'm still shaking a little bit. I just cannot get over how accurate he was.
That's awesome. I'd love to hear that. There are so many people that search for healing and comfort when you lose a loved one. That's what Jeff gives. Like, he lets you know that your loved ones are okay. Yeah, they've passed on, but they're still with you. They're still watching you, and they're peaceful and happy. It really is a beautiful experience. And if you've struggled with anybody in your life passing away, I highly recommend going to see him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really amazing. And now, if people want to find your podcast, it's on our website, kvjshow.com. Got a lot of stuff up there, and I think probably in 2019, you'll probably be seeing a little bit more. I know Suits does some stuff even with NASCAR. I want him to do some cruise line stuff. I think that would be fantastic.
Ooh, cruise with Suits.
Yep. So doing all that kind of stuff. I know Jaybird. In fact, this one is about the weird and whatever. Somebody said, damn it, Jaybird. You had 20 weeks to do a show. Where the bleep is the weird and whatever. What a slacker. Slacky McSlackerson. That's from Sherry Gomez. So, yeah, people are waiting for his weird and whatever. He's put that, I guess, on a hiatus for a little while. I guess there was scheduling and all kinds of issues that were going on with that.
Maybe he does have a girlfriend, a secret girl we don't know about.
Yeah, I think it had more to do with his side cast.
Okay.
I think that was kind of what was going on with it.
It's tricky because he's got a bunch of people. Ryan Beckett, I know he's got his psychic medium that comes on there too.
Right.
And him and Denny's, if everybody isn't there, I think it's hard for him to do the whole thing, the ensemble.
Yeah. So we'll hopefully get some more podcasts that are out there. You can go and check them out at kvjshow.com, and we'll let you know when we got new episodes up and things like that. But it's kind of our own little passions. You can go. I know, Virginia, you got your spirit thing, which is going to be great. So people
cooking
go check
and
that
spirit.
out.
I'm going to do both.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Cooking and spirits, put them together, Virginia.
Yes, I like to be drunk and I'm cooking.
Yeah, very nice. Well, a couple other stories going on here today. Didn't get to. Did you hear the story about Strawberry Hampton?
No.
Strawberry Hampton, a transgender inmate who's been for a year now fighting a battle to get transferred to a woman's prison in Illinois from a men's prison. Strawberry was claiming that she was assaulted and abused by guards and fellow inmates.
Oh, that stinks.
And a federal court has now ruled in her favor last month.
Good.
Yeah, so that broke. So if you're transgender, you identify as female, it looks like if that's a federal court, that might start setting precedent that you will go to the place where you identify.
I fully support that.
Mm-hmm.
Fully.
Yeah, so that'll...
She'll have a much easier time in the women's prison.
Yeah. That'd be interesting to see what they do, like, because they do share bathrooms and things like that, right?
Absolutely.
But they still do that, because I know that there are a lot of transgenders that still got all the equipment. So
Yeah.
they still get to do that?
But if you identify, you identify. I know people that are transgender and identify,
Yeah.
but still have the old equipment just because they can't afford the surgery.
Some people are afraid it's going to open up the floodgates, because if you are in a prison, you say, I identify, I am a transgender female, and I want to get moved, because it would be an easier time in a softer prison, and you could be with the ladies. And then they're concerned of people who might lie about their orientation, and it might just open up the floodgates.
Hopefully they have a strict vetting process that
Yeah.
will prove that you were indeed on the outside world living as a transgendered individual.
Do they have a test? Is there a transgendered? How do you prove?
You might have to have people vouch for you, and you might have to have like records.
Because it's not about your sexual, I guess, preference.
No.
Because, I think a lot of times
Can
you're
go either way.
born as a male, you identify as a female, but you're still into chicks. Like, that would be your thing.
It goes either way, Kev.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think it should be wherever you identify with, and you can prove that before you went to prison, this was how you were living your life.
Yeah, I wonder how. Thank God I don't have to deal with it. That's just one of those problems. I wouldn't want the headache, because I'd be going, oh my, where do I go with this? Because this is going to be okay. How do I come up with it?
tricky.
How do I come up with a transgender test to prove they're legit? What happens when the first story comes out where somebody goes to a female's prison,
Which is happening.
and an inmate claims sexual assault or gets pregnant or both? And here I am. This is my job to, and somebody's like, this is your problem to solve. And you're like, great. Do I have money to open up a different section where we could keep the trans? Nope.
Yeah,
You're like-
that is tricky.
All right, what do we do here? Shower schedules? What goes on? Bathroom schedules? I don't know.
Yeah, because if people want to procreate, they find ways, Kev.
Oh, I know. Absolutely. I would not want to have to deal with that decision, but that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that moving forward. Something else that people are in an uproar about. Florida senators introducing a bill that would make smoking on public beaches in Florida illegal. Fines could include $25 or 10 hours of community service if they catch you. 10 hours for smoking a ciggy on a beach.
I like it because I don't like to smell ciggies anymore.
Yeah.
I can't handle it.
Right. I think a lot of people can't. And then the problem is that, a lot of people are not respectful enough. They take their cigarette butts, just throw them right in the sand. And then, I know when we do our beach cleanups, find a lot of cigarette butts.
It's mostly what you're getting.
Yeah.
Is cigarette butts on the beach.
Yeah, I don't have an issue for that. If you smoke, hey, it's just one of those things. You need to go to the parking lot or someplace else. They say the legislative session resumes in March, and they'll take that up as one of the first things that's going to be happening. The other thing that came out in the news today is, what do you think about arming teachers? There's a commission that's investigating the shooting that happened at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Parkland, and they're recommending that teachers who volunteer and undergo training be allowed to carry guns. As part of the recommendation, school resource officers should have rifles and bulletproof vests available on campus. So they want to up the arms on campus. And the other thing, too, was about making sure that deputies are required immediately to seek out active shooters. None of this forming a perimeter, and we're going to hang out here and just see what happens.
Which is so gross to me.
Yes.
You're the only guy with a gun on campus, and you don't go in the building where you hear shots being fired.
I've not heard one person defend the choices that resource officer made and what he did.
Peterson, I think was his name.
Yeah, Scott Peterson, yeah. Not one person is defended saying, yeah, I get it. No, not one person. Anybody, my dad, that's his hobby, his life. He loves that kind of stuff.
Your dad would have run in that building.
And my dad said, you have to. My dad is disgusted by the story because it kept popping on the news. And everyone, I'm like, oh, the news, turn it quick.
Dad, stop looking at the news.
Oh, my gosh, you're making him irate.
You got to put on Disney or something.
Yeah, he hates that too. This fake laughter. It's not even funny. What are they laughing at? I'm like going, okay, where is non-grumpy man TV? Like what possibly can I put on that's not going to irritate my father right now. Oh!
Maybe when they just get older, they just get madder.
I'm noticing a little bit of that. Yeah, I think it does. The trigger is a lot quicker.
I noticed with my mom.
Yeah.
Zero patience with Rocco. Zero.
Yes, I see it. My dad is that way with the kids. Any kind of like shrill noise or whatever, it's just, not having it. And then that gets the queen defensive, and I'm like now in between like, all right, okay, let's shut the kid up and let's get you over here. And oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really weird. I think as our parents get older, they can't handle the kids being anything but sweet and sitting there.
I think it jars them. Any like shrill quick noise, it's just like it throws them into like they almost, I don't know, it's a jolt to their system they can't handle anymore. Yeah,
they're not used to it. They're not in the game.
Gosh, I'm just so glad the holidays are over. It was great. It was all good, but man, I honestly I was so excited to get back and just see you guys and clown around and be like, oh man, I needed it. I needed the break, but thank you God.
It's over.
I'm so happy to be at work.
When did your parents go back?
They left yesterday.
Okay.
Yes. So they rode it out all the way to the end. So
they sure did.
God bless you. We had a lovely time. It was nice. Got to see a lot of people. They even met some listeners while we were out and about a little bit. So it was all fantastic. Yeah.
Everybody was cool?
Everybody was cool. It all went off okay. But if we had another 24 hours, it would have been a monumental meltdown and disaster. It was not going to last much longer. It was right at the end.
Short visits are best.
Yes.
That's why Virginia spent 2 days in Texas.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, the big ongoing saga of the bird. Will he be back on tomorrow's show, or will he still be trying to make his way back from Oregon? Guess we'll find out. Keep an eye on our social media to find out. Y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.